We have been breaking down the results of yesterday's primary election all morning here on CBS LA.
Yes, helping us with that is Assistant Professor of Politics at Occidental College, Isaac Hale, along with LA Magazine contributing writer Jon Regardie. Thank you both so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I want to get to both of you because we were having a very intense discussion here because the reason we can't say Spencer Pratt is necessarily going to be in this runoff is because there are a lot of votes still to come in, and you guys both think that the numbers could kind of start meeting in the middle a little bit between Spencer Pratt and Nithya Raman.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, let's just look at history. We go back to 2022. On election night, Rick Caruso in the primary was up 5 percentage points at the end of the evening. When all the votes were counted, Karen Bass was in front by 7%. So things definitely switch and change.
Absolutely. And you were saying you think more Democratic votes will be held later.
Yeah, absolutely. There were a lot of voters waiting until the last minute to just make up their minds, especially on the governor's race. Currently, the gap between Pratt and Raman is about 40,000 votes, but there are hundreds of thousands of votes that have not yet been counted in the city of Los Angeles. And so Raman needs to make up ground, but there's a reason why this race hasn't been called yet.
Well, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier. It is going to take some time to see all this come to fruition as well. We're not even going to get an update probably from the county here in Los Angeles until much later this afternoon.
Absolutely. There's going to be daily updates that will come each week. And again, per what we were just talking about when I was referencing that Rick Caruso, Karen Bass in 2022, it was not until a week after the election that...
I don't want to be here for a week. Come on, John.
That was when Karen Bass just took the lead, and then it climbed from that. So, you know, a week, you might be waiting for 2 weeks for the final results.
Oh, okay, you made it even longer. And we are so focused on the governor and mayoral race, but there was so many other items on the ballot yesterday.
That's very
I'm telling you, it's quite overwhelming. So let's focus on the District 11 City Council race. On the west side, you have incumbent Tracy Park and challenger Faiza, am I messing up her name? Faiza Malik?
Faiza
Malik. Okay, thank you. Housing is a major issue, as it is in most places in our state. So what are we looking at in this race?
Yeah, so this was a race where you have Tracy Park, the incumbent, getting a challenge ostensibly from her left. But also this was a complicated set of coalitions, given that Park has been notably in opposition to some developments in her area, namely the Venice Dell development. And so this was a pretty heated race. Park looks like she's the favorite for re-election at this point, even though I believe that race has not yet been called. But I think there was a lot of really interesting races around the city and around the state. We saw a shocker in the city attorney's race last night, where it looks like the incumbent may not actually be making it to the second round.
Wow.
And I think we saw some unusual or some surprisingly strong performances by DSA-backed candidates in council districts 1 and 13.
So tell me more about that. You guys were geeking out about this backstage.
And this is the part we want to hear from you guys.
Absolutely. You know, what we've seen in Los Angeles in the past few years is candidates backed by the Democratic Socialists of America, equivalent to Zohran Mamdani in New York. They have performed very well. They have won 4 seats on the city council in the past few years. All 4 instances, they knocked off incumbents. Now, in 2 of those in 2022, Ulises Hernandez won in District 1 and Hugo Soto Martinez won in District 13. But both of them faced robust challenges this year from a cadre of more centrist Democrats. In CD1, where I live, 4 people were challenging Ulises, but at this point, Ulises has 52%. If she stays over that 50%, she avoids a runoff. In CD13, Hugo Soto Martinez is right now at 64%, so in very strong position. But I would also just mention, just going back to one thing that Isaac just referenced, CD11, 50,000 votes have already been cast in CD11, by far the most of any district. Comparison to District 1, which we were just talking, 21,000 votes have been cast.
Wow. Oh, it's interesting. I love the math. I love the geeking out. This is very fascinating, all of these things.
Yeah, and there was absolutely so much on the ballot. Do you think that throws voters off a bit, that there is so much on the ballot to research?
Absolutely, and I think especially once you're getting to these races towards the end of the ballot, like voting in all these Superior Court elections, voters do not know who the vast majority of these candidates are. They don't have party labels next to their names. And even looking at the candidates' websites, if the websites exist, it can be hard to figure out who exactly is better qualified to be a judge. And this is overwhelming for voters.
Now, I'm not an expert, but it seems like along those lines, we have this idea that we don't want who is in. We keep doing this pendulum swing over the last really 10 years, right? People go really far left, progressive, and now they're kind of like, I don't know. Are they really researching, or are they just kind of going, I don't want what's there right now?
I think in particular this year, there's a very incumbent feel, particularly in Los Angeles, particularly in City Hall. Post-Palisades fire, the homelessness situation, the fact that people enter a CVS and your shampoo, you need someone to unlock the plexiglass.
Right. And there's no one to unlock it ever, but I won't go on that one.
Exactly. So I think people look at that and be like, what's happened to my city? Who do I blame? I'm blaming the person in charge.
Sure,
right now.
which kind of rings true with what we heard from Steve Hilton, that people want change.
Yeah, although that's certainly the case, although it remains to be seen even if Hilton is ultimately going to make the runoff. He is the favorite to make the runoff with Javier Becerra, but with all of these late counted votes, it's possible that Republicans could still get locked out of the final top two.
You're making a great point that when we have this conversation again with you guys next week, it could be completely
or apparently
different.
in 2 weeks, according to Jon.
It could be completely different. But we appreciate your insight with these early voting results. Thank you guys so much for being with us.